What is up, everybody? It's your boy Gamer-Ren, and we are back for another gameplay of BIOMUTANT. So in this gameplay, we're gonna go ahead and continue to the previous video that we had, where we're supposed to go visit Goop after talking to Out of Date. So Out of Date is pretty much the guy that comes up with a master plan, talks about what's gonna be accomplished from a main mission's perspective. And I think most of these missions he talks about, it leads to like a huge boss fight and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and visit Goop and see what happens. But other than that, thank you very much for tuning into my channel and watching this video. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how I did. Appreciate you as always. Enjoy.
This corner of the world is called Bricktown. A real treasure. There's no time to look back. Too busy moving on. Never know until you try. You move well. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Seems like there's a whole world of adventure out there. Let's see.
Yangu. Aje tawab. Wanap dapat aje tawab tuanaku.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim.
Manutay baradrade aje tawab.
Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance.
Ya tu bubuela.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Manutay baradrade.
He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind. Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
The light shines on!
Better isn't the word I would use.
Right, not better. Best.
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst. We're just the best.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind do you like? Hit the open surf, then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until you reach a new shore and make new friends. Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. Never seen any brighter. Shine on. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. The dark time's finishing for now. One rung after the other. Nice and steady. Right between the eyes. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Wow, wow. You're absolutely drained. just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late.
Mukam. Sairuya. Itaku. Ativi. Tirami.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out.
Tirami. Titutuata.
There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get it out of your way.
Titutuata. Rakia.
Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position.
Itaku tuanaku.
The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks.
Tuanaku. Awali. Rakia.
He's not sure, but the quacks are probably a leftover from a cargo surfer that went under in the olden days. The squeaky material must have made them surface when their box broke. Grab that steerer tight. Rev it up and let it fly. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Points out that he's hungry too, but always thirsty for more. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad? Not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Something calm and soothing for your belly. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Says that's what gives your internals such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Don't stay too long. Who knows what lies beneath? Time to over the Goop. The Quack Hollow. It's just loonly. That's more than stuck. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. That's just awful. Watch your step around here. Need a key. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Time to jet. When a story comes to you, pay attention. Careful of the goo. Oh, e-waste, hard to find. Check out that plastic scrap over there.
Usa. Sairuya. Lumpy Otna.
That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition.
Yatu Puwila.
Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot.
Chaida.
That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide.
Itaku.
He seems happy to talk.
Mavaniko.
Didn't have much else to say, so no problem.
Alright guys, that was actually a great chapter. It looked like pretty much we had to talk to Goop and talk to Goop. I don't know how to say the name, but pretty much that was his name is. And we're supposed to go ahead and fight the World Eater. So it was more like a strategy plan talking about the World Eater. And this is the World Eater, I believe, that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. So my next gameplay is pretty much just gonna be the boss fight. But other than that, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this gameplay. Finally that I got a boat now, so I can just cruise around. It's gonna be fun. But let me know how I did in the comment section below. Once again, this is your friendly YouTuber Gamer-Ren. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace.